Hey, what's going on, everybody? So this episode is about safety, and this is really important. And honestly, it just means a lot right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I didn't know this man personally, the fitness influencer who just passed, Justin Vicky, 33 years old, fitness influencer, died trying to do a squat. And it was just too much weight, improper form. Now, guys, like I said a million times, I'm not a professional bodybuilder. I'm learning as I go. But to kind of bring this to a head, this happened on July 15th. Today is August 27th. And I know this happened a little over a month ago, but there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. So he died, and unfortunately, it was just a tragedy. Nobody should experience that when they're pursuing a healthy lifestyle or just to better themselves. So it does suck. But let me bring this to a head here with this story. So last Sunday, not yesterday, today is the 21st, so not the 20th, but let me pull up the calendar. The 13th, the 13th, something occurred at my gym where I attend, Crunch Fitness over here. Basically, I had pulled up to the gym. I normally go when they open at 7 in the morning on the weekends. But this day, I decided to lay around a little bit. I was rubbing on my wife's legs and, just kind of hanging out with her. And then I was like, all right, I need to go. And I got to the gym, and I'm sitting in the gym, and I hear, or I'm sitting in my car, and I hear, ah! And then I hear a loud thud. And when I hear the thud, I'm like, well, what the hell was that? I get out of my car, and I see this gentleman laid up on the ground. Teeth are on the floor. He's actively having convulsions, like shaking really bad, violently. There's blood slowly coming out of his mouth. It was just a scene. Now, normally, and this sounds really bad, but I'm speaking my truth here. Normally, I would walk away. But I looked at him and I was like, I'm having this faith experience. And I got to love my neighbor, right? So I was like, we need to help him. A small crowd had formed, and I want to shout out to Amy. I did run this by her earlier this week because I purposely wanted to tell this story. She stepped up and was the driver for the, I don't want to call it a rescue mission, but for like the rescue efforts. There was a few other ladies there who were like, we're nurses, you need to leave them. And I was like, I think we need to turn them on his side. And Amy's like, we definitely need to turn them on his side. So I'm glad Amy did it. She called 911. The nurses were like, leave him be, leave him be. And Amy's like, nah, hell no, we need to flip him over. 911 person said, flip him over on his side. So me and this other gentleman helped flip him over on his side. Well, let me rewind a little bit. The dispatcher said, you need to get somebody to do chest compressions. Dude was out of here. He was just laying down, looking up, out of here, gone. He had a pulse. Amy checked for a pulse, and it was there, but like he wasn't moving. So this young Latino kid started doing chest compressions, and the first thing I thought about was the scene in The Office. I couldn't remember the damn song that he's supposed to be doing the chest compressions to, and so I was like, man, I hope he's doing it right. And he started getting tired, and I'm a big dude, but I don't know how to do chest compressions, so I wasn't about to volunteer my time because I don't know what I'm doing. This other gentleman stepped in and was like, I got it, don't worry about it. And he was doing it, and the dispatcher and Amy were in communication, and she was like, do it until he becomes aggressive or tries to sit up. And that's exactly what happened. He was like, get off of me, and the guy, we finally got him over to his side, and he was like trying to get up, and the guy was like, you guys got to hold him. The paramedics are almost there. And paramedics showed up, we gathered his stuff, and gave it to the paramedics and sent him on his way. So I want to shout out Amy who really took lead on that, and me, the other gentleman, and the young kid who really like help her see this through. Because folks, this is mind-boggling. We live in a time, there was a crowd of people there by the time the ambulance showed up. It was, when it first happened, it was like 3-4 of us, then 10 of us, then 15, then 20, and then before you know, there's like 30 people standing around, and there was only 4 of us actively helping. Now, I ain't expecting everybody to jump in, but man, everybody's just standing around like, just looking or you know, trying to do something on their phones, and that's neither here nor there. I'm just saying that to say, if y'all see somebody who needs help, don't be scared to jump in. And like I said earlier, normally I would have just walked away, but you know, I was recently baptized, and my faith convicted me like, yo, I need help. And so I was glad I was able to be part of that effort. But this is what I wanted to say. It's important. It doesn't matter what stage of your fitness you're in. The influencer who passed, tragically, he was in incredible shape. He was ripped. He was presumably a fitness influencer for a long time. But the gentleman that the event happened with at my gym, I could tell he was just starting. He's significantly bigger than me, heavy set. I would say he's probably about maybe my height, 5'11", 6 foot, maybe 6'2". He was a big dude. In the Crunch gym where we go, there's seating everywhere. Folks, the reason I'm telling y'all this is because I need y'all to listen to y'all's body. Now, I ain't no expert, but I will say this. I know if I feel tired or if I feel like I'm pushing too much, I'll sit my ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's more important than pushing through. Of course, you're going to have those physical obstacles. And if you're a person like me, you're a gorilla. I have that David Goggins mentality, that no days off, and I got to push. But I ain't stupid either. It's not too often y'all see an injured gorilla. That gorilla knows when he needs to sit down, right? And that's the whole point of this video is I want y'all to listen to y'all's body. Like if your muscles feel stressed and you feel sick, or you feel lightheaded or woozy, or you feel dizzy, or like you need to have you a seat, or sit your ass down somewhere. Because just imagine for a minute if nobody was there when that gentleman would have had a seizure and started convulsing on the ground. Just imagine, man. I fear what the outcome would have been. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, we were all there to help. But folks, before anything, you got to practice safety. You know what I'm saying? I always have a bottle of water with me because I take my pre first. But then I always have a bottle of water with me for hydration purposes because I go hard whenever I do a workout. I act like it's my last workout. And I practice safety. There's been times where I feel lightheaded, then I get to the core, I just sit there for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anybody to hurt themselves in the slightest, or in the worst case scenario, fatally. And so folks, if nothing else, please practice safety. Please make sure you're being conscious of your body and what it's telling you. If there's a point where you need to sit down, sit down. And that's really it. So shout out to Amy. Shout out to the other individuals at Crunch that we all jumped in and were able to help this gentleman and get him some medical attention in a decent time. But that's it.